All right, we are live here at the Cherry Hill Market in West Baltimore City, Southwest Baltimore, right next to the Family Dollar. You can still come down here. The market is every Saturday, and it ends at 5 o'clock today, so you still have time to come down. I'll be here today, of course, and next week from 2:30 until 3:30 doing a cooking demo using the farm fresh produce. So today we are making sauteed collard greens and our apple, pear, and cranberry saute. So I believe you can see most of the table here. We're going to start with our apple saute, our apple pear, cranberry saute. So let me get if you're watching live, definitely say hello. If you are here, so, there it is. I already had it out. So if you're here live, definitely say hi. Let me know you're here. I normally don't. I haven't been like showcasing like a lot of cooking demos as much lately, but definitely come out. We had the market here. Young ladies selling some paparazzi jewelry. We have lots of produce here as well. So I'm going to get started with our apple pear and cranberry saute. Y'all can see and hear me okay. All right. So we have some beautiful apples and locally grown pears here as well. So I think y'all can see my cutting board okay. I'm going to slice these for this dish. For slicing around our core. And I'm just, if you want to, you can dice it, but I just really want to go for slices today. And this will help us cook a little faster because they're a little thinner. Our apples are, and as well as our pears, are very high in our pectin. I'm going to cut out the core here a little bit. Make sure to get my pan going. So I have some plant-based butter here that does really well with sauteing. So this is the Country Crock one, and this is the avocado oil. They also have the grapeseed blend, and they have an olive oil blend as well. Let's get our oil in. I'm putting in 2 tablespoons. Let this start melting. If y'all can't hear me well on live, just let me know. We're broadcasting on YouTube and Facebook. We've got a lot of activity going on in here. So I'm just slicing up another apple. So my goal is to do 3 apples and 3 pears. So these are actually some really nice size apples here. So I might only need to use 2, but there's a good crowd here, so I think I'll go and use 3. Just make sure we have enough for everyone to have at least 1, if not 2 samples. Alright, so I'm keep on going. So has anyone tried this before? It's a saute. I love sauteing up apples, especially when they have excess. It's a great way to get rid of them if you have a lot of it, or they're starting to bruise a little bit, like a couple of these. For the most part, they're awesome, ready to go. And you can actually eat the bruised part. I know we're like spoiled not to eat the things that are bruised, but if it's just a small bruise, it's fine to use. Definitely use all of it and minimize food waste. Our butter is starting to melt now. And our pan, I'm actually going to slice it in half so it melts a little faster. Yeah. All right. And of course, if anyone has any questions here or on live, definitely feel free to ask. I'm just going to start putting our apples in 1 moment. And then we'll put our pears in. So we're doing slices here. And yeah, that's some big apples. I filled up my pan already. So I'm going to do cut up our pears now as well. We have recipes over there. For people watching live, I'll have the recipe up by Monday on mine at holistic-wellnesshouse.com. You can just put /blog and it'll be one of the first recipes up there. Hello. Hi. Y'all can talk.
I'll say, hi, Miss Crystal. She might call, but say, hi, Miss Crystal.
Hi. So we are making our apple and pear cranberry saute. We're going to saute up some pears and apples that you can get from the market here.
What food is that?
Say it again.
Wait, what food is that?
So we're making, like cooking up our apples and our pears, and we're going to add some raisins to it instead of cranberries, and brown sugar. So it's going to be like a sweeter dish, kind of like a pie, but stovetop version.
Sounds like a good name to me.
Yeah.
Oh, look who came from out of high.
So we have this going. And I'm putting the top on just so that it can keep a lot of the moisture of our apples and pears in. I don't want it to cook off because I'm adding some dry ingredients like the cinnamon and nutmeg here, as well as the brown sugar. So we're going to let that cook for a few minutes until it gets nice and soft. And while that is going, I am going to start slicing up our collards here. So take these out. My other knife. So we have our beautiful collard greens, which you can also get down here. I'm going to take the stem off just because it takes longer to cook for this dish, but you can definitely saute up the stems in a different dish or put it in your seeds. So use all of this. We're just not using it today for this dish. So you go, if you're not ready to use it right away, the stems, you can freeze it and use it for your stock as well. So this is what we're going for here.
Put that in a smoothie.
Oh yeah, you can put it in a smoothie. Even if you do it from frozen or from fresh, right into your smoothie. I like to put it in soup as well. Yeah, you can definitely use it. Oh, and juicing it. It's great because it's firm. It goes in the juicer really well. The leaves don't do too well in the juicer unless you have a masticating juicer, which is the type that kind of like chews up the produce. But if you have the centrifugal one, like most people have the juicer, the leaves get stuck. It's like really pain in the butt to clean up, but it does. You can still use it. Do you make smoothies often? Do you make smoothies often?
Yeah, I do.
Cool.
That's when I start my day off.
Okay. Even during the winter? Like during the winter as well? Like all year?
I'll pick it up and then put it in the refrigerator. And then in the morning.
Oh yeah, you can put the whole thing in your smoothie if you want to. I was just saying like another way to use up the stems or putting the stems in your smoothie. So if you don't want to cook it up or if you freeze it, then once you take out the freezer, it goes into like helps make the smoothie nice and cold. Feel better. Like, you don't have to add ice. So yeah, you can definitely use all this stuff. I'm kind of lining them all down. We're going to finely slice this. Apples here. They're already starting to brown a little bit just because of this butter. Keep stirring and get all of everything coated back. This is a good time for you to go and add the rest of our seasoning. So we're going to add in 1/4 cup of our brown sugar. We're going to add in our vanilla extract as well. Let me just do this a few minutes. So 4 tablespoons is 1/4 cup. So that's what we did there. We're going to add in our cinnamon. So we're gonna put 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. So this is the whole thing. And a 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg. If you don't like nutmeg, you don't have to add it in, but just add like another depth of flavor. And going to add in a teaspoon of our vanilla extract. So if you don't have vanilla extract, you might be able to smell it already. It already has like a great scent to it, so you don't have to add the vanilla. I just like to add it for, I just like to add vanilla to all my baked goods and like stuff like this that fruit, but just cooked fruit. So the sugar is going to start to caramelize with the butter. I have this on high heat right now. Add in a teaspoon of vanilla. And I'm just going to add just a teaspoon of our apple cider vinegar. You're not going to be able to taste it. It's going to cook off, but that's just going to help add a little acid to it. Get a little more tender. Just a teaspoon. And we're going to add in our raisins. Spoon here. For those who are live, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Yes. The cranberries, because the dried cranberries are like sweetened, it's a little sweeter to me than the raisins, but they both do really well. So I guess it really depends on what you're going for. When I think of the cranberries, I think of more like fall dish, the dried cranberries, and the raisins are just like, it's a different type of sweetness. They're both sweet, but it's a different type of sweetness. I like apples and raisins together anyway. So this dish you can serve with your oatmeal, with ice cream, and with a lot of different dishes. With cranberries, I don't know, I think it's just preference more than anything. Some people don't like raisins, so sometimes I'll use cranberries instead. Some people don't like cranberries, so I'll mix it up. Whichever one. Good question. So this is actually the liquid that's on the top on. You have to see that. But it's very juicy. And that's just from, I didn't add any water to this. This is just from our apples.
I had a question. Is that if you serve hot or cold?
Both. So I'm going to serve it hot today, or warm, but it's good both ways. So I like to serve it hot with like ice cream, but cold with yogurt. So it depends on how you want to serve it. Like this is a lot. So if I was making this at home, I wouldn't be eating all of this right now. So I would put some in the fridge, and I don't always want to heat up stuff, so I'll just like eat it with cereal as well. So cereal, cold oatmeal, hot. Like I said, ice cream or waffles. It's really good on waffles.
Oh, okay. I like waffles.
Love waffles. Yeah.
What about pancakes?
Can y'all smell it?
Miss, what about pancakes?
Oh yeah, pancakes, some French toast. Yeah, all of that. That'd be good on all of that. Even toast, like cinnamon toast. Like you know, have y'all done cinnamon toast? Okay, cool. Yeah, just putting this on some cinnamon toast would be really good too. So yeah, you can really use it for a lot of things, or eat it just like it is here. But you can, it's up to you, like how you want to switch it up. But yeah, I eat it hot and cold. So it really is a versatile dish, and you can kind of play with it how you want. So I have all my collards here lined up. I'm just going to slice it in half. Lengthwise. Just lift up this half, put the other half on top of the other half, go down lengthwise again. And I'm just going to thinly slice this. So yeah, I have recipes over there as well as the sign-in sheet. Once y'all get a chance to put your name. You don't have to put your email. You put your email down. Just put your email list to let you know about the different events coming up.
Are collard greens similar to like
It's actually in a different family. So collard greens, kale, turnips, all of those are in the brassica family, and they're a little hardier than lettuce. Um, lettuce, in this country, a lot of people don't cook lettuce, but you can cook lettuce. You just don't because it cooks down so much like spinach. Um, yeah, it really does. It cooks down even more than spinach. So it's almost like, why am I doing that? But it's good if you want to, like if you have lettuce that's starting to go a little sad looking, you want to still use it up, you can cook it.
I had a question, another question. Actually about spinach, right? Somebody I know pointed out to me that spinach was healthy and this and that. So I started, went back to my childhood with Popeye the Sailor, and I noticed I eat more spinach. I can eat it all kind of ways, fresh, straight out the bag or whatever. Make sure it's clean, but the young spinach leaves like that, I noticed I've been eating more of it. And I put it in my food, like my eggs. And but what I was getting at is that good?
Oh
To
yeah,
increase spinach more in your diet?
yeah. Spinach is really high in vitamin K, which is important for blood, like your blood clot. It's also really high in calcium and iron. So it's like something that is beneficial for everybody. Our iron levels are very important for our blood health in general, anyway. So that's a really good one to eat on a
I
regular
had a question
basis.
about that too.
Mhm.
A while back, my doctor had suggested I take iron pills, that my iron count was low.
Okay.
So I've been doing iron pills for a while now. But lately, I've been increasing eating spinach, just raw spinach.
Mhm.
And I don't know how it's increased my, help my situation yet, but I want to find out.
Yeah, say it's good to always get like called another lab, like blood work, just for them to check it, like maybe every 6 months, just to see how either the pills are helping or the spinach, because you might be at a good level where you can just use diet to get what you need instead of having to take supplements. Some people don't react well to supplements, so definitely, like a lot of people will take iron pills with food.
Yeah,
And in order
that's
for
what
the
I do.
iron to
They
actually,
have, well, I take it in once a day.
yeah, in order for the iron to actually absorb in your body, you have to have vitamin C with it. So you could take like 5 iron pills and it won't absorb in your body if you don't have vitamin C with it. So you just want to make
Orange
sure
juice
to
with vitamin C.
say it again.
Orange juice, is that like
Orange
that's
juice,
good
yeah,
for
orange
vitamin
juice
C?
has vitamin C. Um, Actually, spinach has some vitamin C in it too, vitamin C and vitamin A. So I love like kale and collards have vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin K, but they also have iron. So that's a good way to like make sure you're getting both. They're all in the same plant. So if you're eating a lot of spinach, you should be getting what you need. But if you're taking the iron pill, you definitely want to take it with something like orange juice, pineapple juice, grapefruit juice, something with a lot of vitamin C in it. Yeah. And then just definitely get a follow up just to see where you are with your labs because you might not need. Like I was on iron pills before too, and then I don't need them anymore because I do eat a lot of veggies.
Yeah. Okay.
And you're eating it. And what I will say about spinach, eating raw spinach it has something in it called oxalic acid. It's in a lot of stuff. But when you eat a lot of it and like the mineral content, it can actually build up calcium in your body. For some people, that's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. But for some people, it can actually lead to kidney stones. I have a family member who was like, because they're trying to be healthy,
Mm-hmm.
consuming raw spinach pretty much every day. Cooked spinach, the oxalic acid goes down. Raw spinach is the one. So you just want to be careful. So if you're doing that, you do really want to do acid. Even apple cider vinegar, lemon juice, something like that with it will help make sure you don't get form those kidney stones. So I was just saying like the oxalic acid can cause like if you eat a lot of raw spinach, a lot of raw cauliflower, a lot of raw things, like I mean a lot, it can cause kidney stones. So but if you do something like lemon juice, apple cider vinegar, that can help prevent those issues. So you want to have a good balance whenever you're eating anything. Sometimes people get really like enthusiastic about one particular produce, and it's better to like have more variety, just so that you don't have any buildup of anything that you shouldn't have. Like you can eat too many carrots, so carrots are good
Well,
carrots, but
another part of my question was now that they like pushing for us to drink more water, right? So increase, put more water in your diet. So the person with the iron situation, like I was saying, referring to me, um, does the water neutralize, drinking more water, really like neutralize just level off the iron
nope.
situation?
You actually, so a lot of iron can cause constipation. So you want to drink water. You want to drink as much water as your body will let you consume. So drinking a lot of water is not a bad thing. It's not going to dilute the properties of the minerals or even the vitamins. It'll actually help your body be able to move stuff around and absorb what you need. So drinking water, unless you're drinking like a gallon every hour, that's dangerous. But if you're drinking like a gallon or two a day, that's a good thing. You want to be doing.
I have been through some health issues related to that, like colon cancer. So I try to pay attention to those things, and I do notice the difference. Maybe the thing that just got drilled in my head that I really started paying attention to: stop smoking.
Okay.
Stop smoking cigarettes.
That's a big deal. That's very addictive, but it's also very toxic. So stopping like those type of like lifestyle choices, because it's hard once the people start. So I commend you for taking that time to.
Thinking about it, I'm working on it.
Yeah, it is. All addictions are a struggle. It really is. So I commend you for prioritizing your health.
My doctor just gave me a choice the other day. She said that, being so I was smoking, and I told her I was a smoker, a long time smoker, but I have my blood pressure issue. I was thinking that as long as I take the medicine for the blood pressure, it can be controlled. Well, you can do better than that.
Oh
She
yeah.
was saying it's like where I need to stop smoking. Accept it, so if I go in there and my blood pressure is still up, like
Yeah.
I still smoke, she said she had no choice but to increase my medicine, which I really don't need. So I can do something the other way. So it really hit home with me when she said like increase the medicine. Like I want to stop taking it. I want to increase it.
Diet helps a lot.
Well, stop smoking, Mr. Raymond, will do a lot better.
Yeah. What did you say?
How do you know? How do you know? Because I know you were cooking it for a while. So is it like 10 to 15 minutes?
What's it like? Once you starting to like see that it's kind of tender, I did kind of fill up this pan a lot, but so it took a little longer than if I had like spread out. But yeah, once it starts looking like it's tender, I will say this: some people like you can let it cook even longer. I consider this done. If you just want it, if you still want it to have some crunch, firmness, I would say about 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. If you want it like this, it's been about how long? About 15 minutes or so. Yeah. Hey Jerry. Oh yeah. I will make sure y'all have the recipe soon. Good to see you. Yeah, I decided to just turn the camera on today, so I'm glad that you joined in. So I'm about to hand out some samples, so y'all might see me disappear for a minute over there, but
I'll do it.
okay. Let me get you some pork. Please. Unfortunately, you all don't get to taste it here, but next time, if you come next week, you can definitely taste everything we're making. I know you're like not in this state.
Miss, you coming back here next week?
Yes. Yep, I'll be here next Saturday at 2:30. Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So let's see.
You want more Sauteed?
So I need to do a couple more.
You want more?
Yeah. So I will definitely make sure the ones online and do all have the recipe. Hello. Let's see.
I had another
Does anyone
question.
not want any? I should ask that. Did anybody not want any? Does everybody want some?
Yes.
Right here, I do.
Okay.
Want some more?
All right. Just making sure. Greens are coming up soon. And I've done this with coconut oil, coconut oil instead of the butter. I didn't do that today just because of allergies. I know some people are allergic to coconut, so I just kind of wanted to keep it a little more neutral. But it does add a different flavor. So if you like coconut, that's a good oil to use.
I had a question
Mhm.
about what you just said about the oil.
Mhm.
Say for instance, when I'm cooking, what I'm usually using is like vegetable oil.
Yep.
So I want to know if that's cooking with vegetable oil. Is that like a greasy, extra greasy? I mean, what is that rate for? It's like lard or
Ooh.
fatness for you, or
So lard is bad.
I mean,
That's just
I
bad.
know that's outdated.
Yeah.
To me, I've been on the fork for the cinnamon.
But I mean, is vegetable oil, cooking with vegetable oil, can that be fattening?
It can be, it definitely can be fattening. So there are different oils that are, some are better than others. I love grapeseed oil, and I usually get it from like Aldi's or,
That bottle right there.
yep, grape, that's this.
Now, would you recommend frying like seafood with a grapeseed oil or frying
Yeah,
chicken
I
after it's
find
been
grapeseed
battered
oil
up and then deep fried?
is good for frying in general. It does really well on high heat. I like it better than vegetable oil in general. So vegetable oil is usually soybean oil. That's what it is. Soybean oil, corn oil, canola oil. In this country, is that all of those plants are sprayed with a lot of pesticides. So it's not my favorite oil to use.
Canola oil.
Canola oil, soybean oil, and corn oil, which are the three oils that
How
we
about
mostly
peanut
cook
oil?
with.
What about peanut? Cooking.
That is sprayed too. Yeah,
Is
they're all,
is that
yeah.
up there with the canola and the
It depends on what type of peanut oil. So if you use the type of peanut oil that you get from the Asian store, that still has that peanut smell, that's different than the peanut oil that they sell as American. So I would say depends on what type of peanut oil. Like the peanut oil that has like color in it hasn't been processed as much. That one's a better oil to use. Um, Having said that, if you're going to use vegetable oil or canola oil, just don't use as much of it.
let me ask you, so out of all those oils you just said,
Yeah.
right?
I get a note.
Yes, sir.
In a situation where you want to
Keep your
fry,
point.
let's say you want to deep fry fish, right?
Uh-huh.
What will be the less fattening? What will be the less fattening oil?
Yeah, they very good
for
though.
fish?
Very
Oh,
good.
thank you.
For fish and chicken.
Grapeseed oil is actually less expensive than olive oil right now, believe it or not. That's a good one. And I find grapeseed oil good overall because it's a nice neutral flavor compared to olive oil anyway.
Yeah.
I don't cook with olive oil anymore, just because it changed, the chemical properties change. So avocado oil is a great oil to cook with, but it costs a little more than olive oil. So for me, like at this point, I'm like grapeseed oil and coconut oil are like the two. You can find coconut oil at the Dollar Tree sometimes.
I
It's
mean,
amazing what you find at the Dollar Tree.
I gotta say this. Actually, what I was getting at is trying to get a recipe out of it.
Oh, the recipe's here.
No, I'm talking about for cooking something else.
Oh, for cooking something else. Okay. Yeah. So everything I do is definitely plant-based, but I recommend this oil. Like this is a good one. If you're going to cook with oil, now I will say if you wanted to make this dish without oil, you could. Um, I would add like a little more water for sauteing. You kind of have to watch that the apples don't burn. So if you just want to like keep on cooking, add water to it. It's like steaming it, and then just add all the other flavors to it, and it's still good.
I was gonna say, like, when you cook with the oil situation, would you recommend mixing? It's definitely not good.
Mixing it, the oil. Yeah, you can mix oil. Like so, if I wanted to, I could have added the grapeseed oil to this, or I could have mixed the two. Yeah, you can do that. Especially since butter can burn, even the plant-based butter can burn on high heat, and I was cooking this on high heat. But if I wanted to, I could have added just a little bit of this to make sure it didn't smoke. But because the apples and pears had a lot of juice in it, it was okay.
I missed the part when you cut the apple and left the seeds. I
Oh, I took the seeds out.
no, I mean, how'd you cut it and make it like that?
Oh, I just
How you
cut
want that?
around it.
What,
Does anybody want some raw apples? I'll show how I cut it. No? Okay. So I just cut,
right.
flat side down, cut, like so, and cut again, and then I ended up with this. And then what I'll do at home is take this and start eating around it. So I'm not wasting it. But you can juice this as well. So if you have a juicer, you can just put this in and just get all that juice out of here because it's a lot of good juice. I could also, just take my knife and cut around this and put this. I could have put this in. I just didn't for presentation and all this stuff. And just eat. But yeah, don't throw this away because it's still like a lot of fruit on here. So you can still eat it. So for those on live, I'm actually going to turn off the camera. We're at over 30 minutes. So thanks for hanging out with me. I might turn the camera back on, but I do need to rinse this off, and I don't want to just leave it. Like, actually, I guess I could. I'll leave the camera on. I'll be right back. Commercial break. Take a break. And I am going to drain this off.
Do you need help fitting up?
Actually, do you mind just like wash it, like rinse this off in hot water real quick? And I can do just really just getting the sweetness off. Oh, do you need napkin? Alright, so I don't have to go anywhere. Commercial break is a little short, but that's okay. Yeah, I can still take a break as well while we're getting all the other ingredients together. So while that pan is being washed, I'm going to take our garlic here, our fresh garlic bulb, and we're going to a couple of garlic cloves. So we are now making our sauteed collard greens.
You ever made a pie with that?
Oh, the ingredients of
Yeah.
this? I have not, but it better be good.
Yeah.
This is just like you would do apple pie. I would just
Right.
take that crust. Yeah, so look at this.
Yeah.
Now, that's a good question though, because you could cook it first like I just did, and then put it in the shell, or you could just put it all in raw like you would do apple pie. I actually like the idea of just cooking it.
Could you put all of those ingredients in like a air fryer and get the same result?
I would think so. I don't see why it wouldn't work.
Just would have to know how long to keep it in there.
Yeah, because different air fryers are different.
Right.
I'm gonna if you have it in the of course the part that's not going to drain, I would say it would be really. This should be fine. Yeah. I haven't tried it that way yet, so, but I can't imagine why.
Yeah, because I was looking at the recipe, and I'm like just to experiment, just to see how it would, and get some pie crust that's already made and put it right up in there.
If you do that, let us know how it goes. Like when I see you next time, let me know how that experiment goes for you.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm just taking it off. So I took off my bulk, got my clothes now. I'm taking off this hard part here, cutting that down. And it just makes it easier for me to peel it. Or I could do the smash method. That works too. I'm going to use 4 garlic cloves. I believe this recipe is on the website at Holistic Wellness. health.com/blog. You can just type in the word collard greens, and you'll see different recipes for collard greens on the website.
So this is what you're doing now, the one on the back?
On the other side, yep. Sauteed collard greens. And I am going to smash the garlic and let the chemical in it called allicin be released. And allicin helps like lower the blood pressure and does blood pressure and helps with cholesterol as well. So we want to use that properly. So the other option, I haven't peeled this yet. I can just put my knife down, lay it away from me, take my garlic, and smash it.
Then peel it.
And then peel it, yep.
Or you could get the garlic that's already peeled.
That too, you can buy it already peeled and ready to go, so you don't have to do this part, and it's still fresh, so you're still getting it properly. So you still have to cut off that end part, like just because I smashed it, I still have to cut that off. And then we can start slicing it up. So I'm going for slice. You can also use jarred garlic. We actually do have some jarred garlic here, but I prefer fresh. I do notice a difference in the flavor, and the health benefits are a little more. On that.
Let me know if it's not peeling.
Oh,
Or I can fix it.
Thank you so much. Look up nice. This is some plump garlic cloves. So if you have smaller ones, you can just use extra. And for this, I'll say it's up to your taste. Like if you like a lot of garlic, I could put the whole bulb in.
Well, I like putting it in, different things. I might.
Yeah. This all. Like that. I'm going to go for more spice. I'm going to dice it a little bit. I'm not too concerned about it being super minced this time. Let's get our pan hot. Using grapeseed oil today. Just really enough to coat the bottom of the
Grapefruit
pan.
oil?
Grapeseed oil. So it's the seed of the grapes that's been pressed. It's kind of, what else? Like olive oil comes from the fruit, but also this is the seeds too. The press, but yeah, this is actually from the seed of the grape. There's actually oil in those seeds. I know we've gotten used to like spitting out grape seeds when we eat grapes, but those seeds have a lot of health benefits and have been shown to have some anti-cancer properties as well. We've got our garlic cloves. We're going to get that in. So you usually want to let your fresh garlic after you've cut it sit for at least 5 minutes. 15 is better. That releases more of the allicin from it. But time's sake, it's a chemical called allicin that helps with high blood pressure and cholesterol. So you do want to let it sit just a little bit in the air, and it's like a chemical reaction that happens with it just by hitting the air. So I got this back up on high. That's going, and we're going to add in pink Himalayan salt. So the Dollar Tree has changed their packaging. It used to be the pink package, but this is still fine for pink Himalayan salt.
It's better than table salt?
Yes. So table salt is iodinized salt. It does. The good thing about iodinized salt is it does have iodine, and then you need iodine for our thyroid to work well, and it helps adrenals. But it only has 2 minerals in it, and it's been chemically processed. This is natural. It has 85 different minerals in it that our body actually needs, and we only need a trace amount of it. But I just like it. It hasn't been processed. It hasn't been bleached. It still has this natural color.
You say it's in Dollar Tree?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
yeah, you can find this at the grocery store as well. Like Giant, Shoppers, everybody sells it pretty much now. But this one came from the Dollar Tree. So why spend $2 when you can get it for $1.25?
Yeah. You have any recipes that would help produce nitric oxide?
Now you got my brain thinking.
You know, they say that's supposed to be some sort of molecule that facilitates blood flow.
It is, and I'm gonna have to think on that one. I know I have some health folks on here too, so if y'all can know the answer to that. So anything that will help produce nitric oxide in the body, and my brain is just not thinking of what that is right now. I'm gonna have to get back to you on that one. That's a good question. I have not been asked that one before. Very good question. So, our garlic is starting to brown a little bit. I don't know if y'all can see that in the camera. And I'm going to go ahead and add in our chopped up kale. Our Himalayan salt. So this is less than a half teaspoon. Instead of using, if I didn't have fresh garlic, I could use garlic powder, but I use fresh garlic today. I'm going to add in fourth cup of water. And because I'm not using veggie broth, I'm using water, I'm going to add just a little bit of my broth base to this, just for a little extra flavor. You don't have to add it if you don't have veggie broth, you just have water. That's fine too. I just want to add a little more extra flavor. And so this can be its own dish, but I also like to serve it with rice. Yeah. I'm adding just a little bit of apple cider vinegar. You can add some lemon juice as well. The acid's going to break down the cell walls of our greens here and make it a little more tender, which is what we're going for something that's like a little quick cooking here. So we're not going for collard greens that are going to cook for an hour. We're going for like more of a saute.
So that would be considered like a side dish or a meal in itself.
So it can be a side dish, but I like to serve it with rice, like brown rice, or quinoa. Quinoa is good too, and then you're getting like that protein from quinoa or the brown rice, and it makes it a little more filling. And I'm going to add in some black pepper and some nutritional yeast.
I know some people I talk to say they don't like greens. And I said, well, probably it depends on how it's prepared. The preparation.
Yeah, I mean, I've had people say they don't like Brussels sprouts, but when they taste it flavored up, they love it. Right. Same thing with some other things. I'm putting about 2 tablespoons of our nutritional yeast. So the nutritional yeast is got a nice nutty cheesy flavor. It's really high in B vitamins, especially B12. And you can find this at a lot of the health food stores. Believe it or not, Walmart carries it, and Giant and all those stores have it as well. Yeah. It has like a nice cheesy flavor, and it adds like the umami flavor. Like umami is like that flavor from soy sauce. Like it has its own unique flavor. It is used in a lot of vegan dishes to give like a cheesy flavor as well. So like you can make your own vegan parmesan using nutritional yeast and almonds or nutritional yeast and cashews ground up and just sprinkle it on just like you would Parmesan cheese. And it doesn't have any cholesterol or like it's not really high in sodium. Even though it has like a salty taste, it's not high in sodium at all.
Preparing it like that, do it maintain most of the nutrients?
Yes. That's why I like to do it this way, because I'm not cooking it super long. It gets to keep a lot of the nutrients, the vitamins in it that I was talking about earlier, the vitamin K, vitamin A, and vitamin C gets to really stay in there. The minerals don't cook out as much, But certain like water soluble drugs, like vitamins, can kind of cook out like within the steam. So and you can't capture that back, you know. So by putting the lid on, that helps as well. And this won't take long to cook at all. If I wanted to, I could add like a smoky flavor to it. So instead of using like smoked meat, you can use something like liquid smoke or smoked
What is
paprika.
that?
Liquid smoke. So liquid smoke is the ingredient that's in barbecue sauce.
Oh,
Yeah, it gives you that. So this one is the hickory, and then there's the mesquite, and you'll find this right near the barbecue sauce. I'm gonna, I'll add this a little bit. I have it on as an option. You can get a bottle of this for less than $2, and you really only need a little bit. It will last. This bottle will last you a long time, and it's less expensive than like putting meat in as well. But you still get that flavor. Yeah. And everything's expensive right now. So if you can find a way to still get the flavor without adding expensive stuff, that's a good thing to do. Believe it or not, that's almost done. So you don't have to let it cook for a long, long period of time.
okay.
So does anyone online have any questions? Leafy greens produce nitric acid oxides naturally. So there's the answer to our question. So leafy greens naturally produce the nitric oxide. So eating things like kale, collards, spinach will naturally produce that. And I thought so. I just didn't want to say it because I wasn't 100% sure. So thank you for letting us know. The Jerry also does like a lot of farming. She's on YouTube right now, so she answered the question. So yeah, you definitely want like things that help definitely the blood flow you're talking about, and it helps with the heart. So, yeah. Almost done. Get our sample cups ready. Thanks for hanging out, Jerry. You've been here like the whole time. All right. Yeah, I've been doing the Facebook Live for like, I've been trying to do 15 minutes or less. But this is different because I'm actually like, teaching. I think everybody wants some of this too. So yes, I will be here next week, 2:30 at Cherry Hills Market, right next to or like on the same side as Family Dollar in Cherry Hill. So we're in Southwest Baltimore City. So if you're not too far away, definitely come on down. And I'll probably turn the camera on next week too. If you can't make it down. Let you all see this. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yes, I will keep it going. So, yep, this is it. It's ready to go. If you want to let it cook a little longer, you can. I wouldn't let it cook too much longer than what I've done. So 15 minutes is a good time for a saute. Could be 20 minutes, don't go above 30 minutes, and then you start to cook out all the good yummy stuff. So keep all the good stuff in here. We're going to start serving this up. And cut your fork.
You have demoralized that recipe.
The demoralized?
Demoralized.
Oh.
You can send it, wherever.
Yeah.
Whenever.
Yeah.
While you're doing something else. You can.
Exactly. There you go.
Thank you.
Too hot. You're welcome. So that is it for me. Thank you all so much for joining in. Yes, Jerry, it's yummy. Thank you all so much for joining on. And if you watch the replay, say hi there as well. And I will see you all on Friday for our live at 5. And I might go live again throughout the week. We'll see. But yeah, I will see y'all later. Thanks for joining in and take care. Peace and blessings, everyone.
You know what? I could hook this up and